Okay, good afternoon. My name's Rich Cowger. I am the incident commander for Northern Rockies Team 6. We transitioned in on the fire after the Alaska team timed out a few days ago. So I'll just give you a quick operational update of what's going on out there right now. Our area of concern is what's typically been called the chicken foot, which is kind of on the southwest edge of the fire. Right above the community of Rye. There's still some active fire going on up in there. The folks are working on some control lines in that area, but there has been some push from the fire, some spotting up into that area, and so they've got a little bit of a firefight on their hands. They're calling in some aerial resources and everything, but nothing at this point in time that's too concerning. The rest of the edge, especially the east edge of the fire, is in really good shape. They're actually doing some patrol status and mop up and actual rehab of some of the fire line, and that goes all the way up to around the north end of the fire into what they call Division Foxtrot. That area, I believe, is in the Mangus Ranch area. They've been working to add a little bit of fire on the ground to add some depth to their control lines in that area, and that's going really, really good. And then if you come around counterclockwise on that down towards St. Charles Peak, all that is in pretty good shape. So our real concern area is what they were calling the chicken foot up to St. Charles Peak. With that said, we've got some crews that are timing out, Type 1 hotshot crews that are timing out. Today is their last day, but the region did ship us 4 additional crews to replace those. That we'll use as a surge crew to get in there and do some work. So from an operational standpoint, things are going really good. Our operations folks have developed some both short-term and long-term plans to address that area that has some open line, and longer term as in what if scenario pops up. So with that said, yeah, everything's looking really good. Yeah, a little bit of work here and there, but the folks are able to jump on it and hold it. And top of that, we're also working on as much area as we can get opened up and get some citizens back in their homes. As soon as possible, we're doing that. So we had an evacuation meeting this morning, worked with the counties to start laying out some stair-step process of how we can get some of these people back in their home as soon as we can do it, as soon as it's safe for both the firefighters and the residents. So with that said, quick update. Things are looking really good out there. We're happy with the progress that's being made. Sheriff?
Well, good afternoon, and thank you all for being here. I'm Pueblo County Sheriff David Lucero. As more of our residents return to their homes and properties and begin the difficult process of recovery, I want you to know that we are going to be here to help. I know you've heard that before, but I want you to know that we truly mean it. We are committed to standing beside the families and communities whose lives have been turned upside down by this devastating fire. Over the past 2.5 weeks, our focus has been on responding to this fast-moving and unprecedented incident, protecting lives, evacuating residents, safeguarding animals, and keeping our community as safe as possible. Today, we are beginning the transition from response to recovery. As part of that transition, our Disaster Assistance Center will become a Recovery Assistance Center, or RAC, to better serve the families, businesses, and communities affected by this fire. Beginning Monday, July 20th, the Recovery Assistance Center will operate at Beulah Heights Elementary, located at 2670 Delphinium Street, from noon until 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. The RAC will bring together a variety of agencies, services, and resources to help individuals and businesses navigate the recovery process. We also recognize that recovery will not happen overnight. It will take months, and in many cases, years. To help guide that effort, we are in the process of hiring a dedicated recovery specialist who will help coordinate this long and complex process, ensuring it is done safely, effectively, and with the needs of those most impacted at the forefront. I also want to address the situation in the town of Rye, which remains under evacuation. We understand how frustrating and stressful this has been for residents who are anxious to return home. Please know that we want you back in your homes just as much as you do. However, the fire remains active in that area and conditions continue to change. Safety remains our highest priority, and we will allow reentry as soon as it is safe to do so. Earlier this morning, a drone team from the Northern Rockies Incident Management Team conducted aerial flights over the town of Rye, Old San Isabel Road, and the affected areas of Colorado City. That footage is currently being edited, and we anticipate releasing it later this afternoon or tomorrow morning. I do want to caution everyone that some of what you'll see may be difficult to watch. However, we know many residents have been anxiously waiting to see the condition of their homes and communities, and we hope that this footage will provide them with valuable information. I also want to share this morning, earlier today, we got reports of an unauthorized drone that was flying over the area recording footage. The Pueblo County Sheriff's Office will be seeking help from the community in identifying those that are responsible for flying in this unauthorized airspace. It can impact aerial operations. It can affect them being able, our firefighters being able to dump water on this fire. So we're going to be seeking the public's help with addressing those and holding them accountable. It is a federal offense. They can face a fine, and they can also face prison for flying an unauthorized drone in these areas. Damage assessments in Pueblo County have now been completed. We have confirmed that 241 homes and commercial properties have been destroyed, including 208 in Beulah, 28 in Rye, 2 in Colorado City, and 3 in unincorporated Pueblo County. We also know many people want to see the impact this fire has had on our communities. While most of Beulah has reopened, I would respectfully ask the public to avoid traveling to these affected areas unless you have a specific reason to be there. Our residents deserve the time and privacy to begin rebuilding their lives, and reducing unnecessary traffic will help recovery crews continue their work safely and efficiently. Finally, I want to express my sincere gratitude to the firefighters, law enforcement officers, emergency managers, comm officers, EMS personnel, public works employees, volunteers, recovery specialists, and the countless others who have come from across Colorado and around the country to support our community. Your dedication, sacrifice, and compassion will never be forgotten. I also want to thank our county commissioners, our state leaders, and Attorney General Phil Weiser, who's with us today, for taking the time to visit our community, listen to our residents, and support us as we begin this long journey of recovery. While this fire has changed our communities forever, it has not changed the strength, resilience, or spirit of the people who call Pueblo County home. We will recover, we will rebuild, and we will do it together. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Sheriff Smith.
Thank you. My name is Rich Smith. I'm the Sheriff of Custer County, and I have a special message for all the people who are still evacuated from their homes in Custer County. Today, we opened up zone, all the zones have an initial C for Custer, P for Pueblo, and H for Warfano. We opened up zone C9A, Charles 9 Adam, and C5C, Charles 5 Charles. And tomorrow we plan on opening up the next zone down the list, which is C9B. And that first, the opening today was roughly 7.5 miles down. The one that opens up tomorrow gets you basically right down to Bishop's Castle. And for both of those things along Highway 165, you'll have to get a yellow re-entry card, and you can get that at our Disaster Assistance Center in Westcliff, which is at Lang Community Hall. It's at 310 South 3rd Street. They are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So even if I didn't call your zone, go ahead and try to get that card going so you'll be ready to go at a moment's notice. I did talk with San Isabel, the power provider in that area, and they are actually quite a bit ahead of schedule on restoring power, and so we're working in close concert with them. However, some of the people that go in tomorrow won't have their power turned on when they get there, but it's right around the corner. I have had a lot of questions about the investigation into the origin and cause of the fire, and that investigation is still ongoing. And we have a state investigator working on that, as well as an investigator from the Forest Service. And I think a good tip for any investigator, and I think these guys would agree with me, is to show an open mind. And there's a lot of facts that have to be collected, people to be interviewed. In fact, I believe that we had someone go out of state today to make an interview of someone. And so just stick with the process a little longer so that we can get accurate information on how the fire was started. We do, the next zone down, I would try to like to open early next week, I hope Monday or Tuesday. We do talk with the incident commander every morning or multiple times a day, telling our people are really eager to get back home, and he's been accommodating and helping us reach that. But I would like to try to open up the rest of those zones as soon as humanly possible. So thank you very much, and I'd like to introduce Attorney General of Colorado, Phil Weiser.
I was here a couple weeks ago after the disaster was still new and in the early days. It's important for me to come back as we're making this transition to recovery. I want to say how impressed I am with Pueblo County residents, Custer County residents, everyone affected, and everyone stepping up to help one another. We are seeing right now here in Pueblo County what it means to be a good neighbor. Take a few examples. On July 4th, when United Way, Southern Colorado, put out the call, 148 people showed up to volunteer. Southern Colorado United Way is currently providing critical services, and there's a need for a lot more, particularly as we move into this recovery stage. I'm personally going to be working with an organization in Denver and hosting a fundraiser coming up to help support those in need, particular for protective equipment. As people go back to homes, it's critical they have protective gear. It can be dangerous on your lungs, given that we know there's going to be ongoing effects even after the fire doesn't pose a present danger. I also want to say Shiloh, who is from Rye, is the public health community engagement lead, and it's her community that she's now serving as a public health lead, connecting those who are in need with those who can provide assistance. Shiloh's leadership is an example for Colorado. Sadly, I know this will not be the last disaster and recovery that we see from wildfires. This is something we have to be prepared for, working for resilience on the front end, working to mitigate and manage fires, and then helping people recover and rebuild. I want to give a real shout out to Airbnb.org, who's working with our voluntary organizations of organizing agencies for disaster, VOAD. They have put together over 1,000 homes for people tonight, providing shelter for those displaced. I know 11,000 were displaced in total. There's still far too many Coloradans who aren't able to be back in their homes. That's obviously first on our minds whenever that's safe to do so, to make sure that recovery continues. It's an honor to work with such leaders in Pueblo County, such as, are you going to say a few words?
No, I think I'm actually.
Such as our County Commissioner, Miles Lucero, who's here with us today, your sheriff, also leaders in Custer County, and others who are stepping up in a way that makes me proud to be a Coloradan and to see how people step up for one another. I think we're ready for any questions, if any have any.
A few questions, and if you could speak into the microphone when you ask the question, please.
Do you have the latest numbers on the acreage and the containment?
I think we're just shy of 100,000 acres at this point in time. It's 99,870 something is the last time I looked. I'm sorry. The latest information that came out at this morning's briefing was, I think we're up to about 46 to 48% containment. Now keep in mind, right, we have an official number, which is what we call the 209 number, which is the stuff that we have to file in the evenings. And then once the crews come in at night, then they'll give us the intel for the next morning. So we know we had a little bit of growth up in that Chickenfoot area and whatnot, but those should be fairly accurate.
Thank you.
What are some of the challenges you guys are facing in trying to lift the evacs in Rye currently? Like, what are some of the challenges firefighters are facing that are not making you comfortable enough to lift the hands?
Well, I think it's just the unpredictability. That's the biggest factor right now. The incident command was referring to the Chickenfoot area. That's directly within two miles of Rye. We were talking earlier that we've seen this fire move approximately 12 miles in one day with a strong wind. So that is definitely still an area of concern. We know people want to get home. I get asked that question quite often, when are you going to do this? I have to be fair. I don't have a crystal ball, but it's when it's safe to do so. One of the things I'm extremely proud of is that, we have not had any loss of life. and very minor injuries, mostly to our firefighters that are out helping us from across the country here battling this blaze. So the word grateful, I am grateful that we have been able to preserve life and as much property as we could.